Good morning. Hi, this is Sandy. I'm re-recording my second video with the hopes that this time I can upload it. So welcome. This video will be hopefully about 38 minutes long, and it'll feature 2 arm balances and 1 standing balances. So today you're going to need a blanket or just a towel, works fine. You might need a block, aka Kleenex box. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's inhale, bring the shoulders up and around, get some good stretches, and inhale up and around. And let's turn off to one side. Good twist here. Back to center, up to the other side. Back to center. Let's bring the legs out in front. Get our hamstrings stretched out. Inhale all the way up. Pull up through the spine. Exhale forward. And again, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale forward. And one more time, stretch up. Exhale forward, stretching out the legs. And let's come up, let's bring the legs into a cross-legged position. And let's reach forward again, just to get our hips to open up. Slide up, bring the hands behind you, and press the knees down, push the hips up. Stretch out the quads, open up the chest. And release. Bring the hips down. Let's go off to your right side. Bring the forearm on the ground, left arm up and over. And inhale up, off to the other side. Inhale back up. And let's change the legs. Opposite leg in front, opposite leg behind. Reaching forward again, walking the hands out. Walking back in, bring the hands behind you. This time fingers going away from you. Press the knees down, push the hips up. Roll shoulders back. And release and bring the hips down. Once again, go off to the right. And inhale up, off to the other side. And let's come back up, again, roll the shoulders up and around. And let's bring it over to hands and knees. Let's round the back all the way up. Exhale out. Arch the back the other way into cow. Back to neutral. Let's tuck the toes and pull the hips back into downward facing dog. So feet are about hip distance apart. Hips go way back. Great big stretch for the backs of the legs. Let's come forward into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Pull it up into up dog. Lift the toes, back into downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Come forward into plank. Lower down. Scoop it up. Lift the toes, back into down dog. Let's hop or walk into standing forward fold. So again, great big stretch for the hamstrings. Let's walk the hands off to your right foot. Back to center. Off to your left. And back to center. Let's reverse swan dive. Sweep the arms all the way up. And pull up. Swan dive out. Exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down, let's plant the hands and step back into downward facing dog. Again, a big stretch for the hamstrings. And let's come forward into plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's raise the right leg up. Let the leg flop over. Then either hold it here or flop all the way. So the foot will reach the ground, probably off your mat. That's fine. Pull the hips up, arch the back, reach the arm up, and then towards the front of your mat. Into wild thing, sometimes called flip dog. And if you flip, let's flip back. So you meet up in down dog, right leg up. Bring the right knee forward, bring the knee to your nose, send it back. And bring the knee forward again. Let's place the foot in between your hands. Drop the left knee, flip the left foot, sweep the arms up, and let the hips come forward. So I have a couple of things by special request in today's video. Let's pull the hands down and straighten out your right leg. Bring your nose to your right kneecap. And an option here to see if you can walk your hands all the way back so you're sitting on your left heel. Now, if this is too intense, you can take your towel, place it underneath your right hip, walk the hands forward or block, either one. You can also use a pillow for this if you have a small pillow. And let's pull up, lift up the hips, walk the hands forward, tuck that left toe, lift the knee off the ground, send the right foot back into downward facing dog. And let's come forward again into plank. Forward down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And let's raise the left leg up. Left leg flops over, knee is pointing up to the sky. And again, hold it here or flop all the way. So the foot's going to reach the ground. Pull the hips up, arch the back. Get a great big stretch here all the way around. And let's flop all the way back, meet up in down dog, left leg up. And left knee comes forward, place the foot in between your hands. Drop the right knee, flip the right foot, sweep up. Let the hips sink in. Should be feeling a really good stretch in your right hip flexor here. And again, option to go back to Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey god. Place the hands on the ground. Straighten out the left leg. Walk your hands back. Again, maybe all the way back. Sit on your right heel or on the block. And walk the hands forward. Let's pull up, lift up the hips. And walk the hands to the front, tuck the right toe, lift the knee off the ground. Send the left foot back into downward facing dog. And again, going through our vinyasa, come forward into plank. Lower down, pull it up. Flip up the hips. Back into down dog. Here's one of our requests. Coming into a high plank. And let's bring your left hand to the center, release the right arm up, coming into Vasisthasana, side plank. Options here, top leg can be up for more challenge. It's a little more stability, the left knee can be down, the foot's gonna come off the back of your mat like a kickstand of a bicycle. And coming into a revolving plank, right hand is gonna come down, pivot, and come off to the other side. So again, right knee can be down, left leg can be up. And bring it back into full plank. And we're going to come down into elbow plank. Bring your left elbow to the center. Turn off to the right. So one of my yogis, the yogi friends, posted a picture of her doing elbow plank with a puppy on her back. Let's come back to the center and go off to the other side. again, back to center. And let's pull the hips up, walk the feet in, bring it into dolphin. Drop down to the knees, push back into child's pose. And let's bring it to all fours, hands and knees. So you may want to have your blanket kind of up near the front of your mat. Actually, it was probably a pretty good place to have it for the whole rest of the class. And then tuck the toes, come back into down dog. And let's raise the right leg up. Bring the right foot forward, place it in between your hands. Left foot plants, flat in the ground, bring it up into warrior one. Hips are square to the mat, shoulders square to the mat. Inhale up, exhale into warrior two. Right arm to the front, left arm behind you. A little deeper bend in that right knee. Let's reach forward. Flip the right palm up. Left hand can slide down the back of the leg, or option here, maybe wrap it around. See if you can find the front of your right thigh. Inhale up, back into warrior two. Reach forward again, bring the right elbow to the right knee, left arm comes up to a high corner in the sky or the room, wherever you are. Left hand to left foot, one big straight line. Let's drop down lower, right hand down to the mat. Hips come lower. Left hand to the mat. Pivot on your back toe. And the forearms are going to come down into lizard. So this is where you can use your blanket if you want. Have your forearms on your blanket. You can drop that back knee if you need to. Otherwise, that leg is straight. And then right foot goes back to meet the left one into elbow plank. Pull the hips up, walk the feet in, coming into dolphin. Drop down to the knees, push back into child's pose. And let's tuck the toes, pull the hips back into downward facing dog. And left leg reaches up. Left leg flops over. Straighten it out. Bring the foot forward, place it in between your hands, right foot plants. Up and into warrior one. Inhale up, exhale into warrior two. Reach forward. Left palm flips up, right hand down the back of the leg. Or take that right arm, bring it around, see if you can find the front of your left thigh. And inhale up, back into warrior two. Reach forward again, left elbow to the left knee, right arm to a high corner. And let's drop down, left hand on the mat, drop the hips. You want to slide that right foot out a little more to get the hips nice and low. So right hand to right foot, one big straight line. You can do it. Right hand down to the mat. Pivot on the back toe, so your hips are square to the mat. And the forearms are going to come down. Big stretch in your right hip flexor. And left foot goes back to meet the right one, coming into elbow plank. Hips come up, hips come back into dolphin. Dolphin's a bigger stretch for the hamstrings, even than down dog. And let's drop down to the knees and push back into child's pose. Let's tuck the toes, pull the hips back into downward facing dog. And let's hop or walk into standing forward fold. Reverse swan dive, sweep the arms all the way up. And let's open up your feet to about hip distance apart. So you want to have your heels on the edges of your mat, feet going off to the side. I'm going to face forward so you can see perhaps a little bit better what we're doing here. And bring the arms into a great big X here. Inhale up, Exhale down, coming into moonflowers. Inhale up, exhale down. Sush, this one's for you if you're watching. Some people always request certain poses. This is a great big stretch through the chest, through the thighs, the hips. And let's bring it up onto your tippy toes. Hinge forward from the waist, plant your hands on your thighs. So elbows are bent. Get a little bit lower here. And then straighten out your right arm, twist to one side. Back to center, straighten out the other arm. Twist the other way. Back to center, let's bring the arms up. Bring your hands into prayer, and let's lower down. Coming lower and lower and lower. Drop the heels, bring it all the way down into prayer squat. So this is a great big stretch through the hip groin area. And plant the hands, hop the feet in, and bring it into just a squat. So our knees are apart, bending the elbows. Let's reach back, find each heel. Come really low. Into a malasana of a garland pose. And then you can either hold it here, or we can bring it into a bakasana, crane. I'm going to turn sideways. So you actually want to be up at the front of your mat for this one. And from here, lifting up the hips, shift the weight forward, clamp your knees onto your triceps, coming forward into bakasana, crane. You're looking about a foot in front of you. And then from here, if you're looking about a foot in front of you, you can maybe jump back into plank. Otherwise, walk back, lower down to chaturanga, up into the dog. Lift the toes, back to down dog. Let's drop down to your hands and knees. You're going to come into a twisted cat just to stretch out. Take your left hand, feet it underneath your right armpit, bring the head all the way down. And for more of a twist here, you can bring the hands into prayer. So you're really pushing that left elbow into the ground, getting a bigger twist. Release, come back up. And right hand's going to go underneath the left armpit. Head comes down. Again, option, bring it into prayer. Release, come back. And let's push back into child's pose, stretch it out. From child's pose, tuck the toes, pull the hips up, back into downward facing dog. And let's raise the right leg up. Bring the right foot forward, place it in between your hands. Left foot plant, flat on the ground. And coming up into warrior one, sweep the arms all the way up. Inhale up, exhale into warrior two, right up to the front. Let's reach forward, bring both arms to frame the face, sitting at this pose. So imagine you're holding the great big world up there. Lower. Coming lower. Right elbow to the right knee again, back and towards same side angle. And drop the right hand down, lower the hips. So Nicole, this one's for you if you're watching. Left arm is going to go over behind you, right hand underneath. Make the connection, stretch up. And then options here. Left foot can come in, shift your weight to your left foot, and then slowly roll up. Lighting up, stretching out the left leg. Roll the shoulders back, and the up into vertical rise. When you're done, let's release. Come back into mountain. Bring it up to the front of your mat. And let's inhale, come up. Swan dive out, exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Let's drop the knees, push back into child's pose. So Nicole's about 7 feet tall, and when she does bird of paradise, it's the most awesome bird of paradise I have ever seen. Let's try the other side. Let's tuck the toes, pull the hips back into downward facing dog. And left leg reaches up. Left foot comes forward in between your hands, right foot plants. Inhale up into warrior one. Inhale up, exhale into warrior two. Reach forward. And bring both arms to frame the face into the Atlas pose. Coming lower. Left elbow to the left knee. Stretch out that right arm. And let's drop down again. Left hand down to the mat. Drop the hips. Maybe slide that right foot out. Get the hips nice and low. Options here, you can do any or all of them. So option A, right arm is going to come over the back. Option B, left arm is going to come underneath, make the connection with your other hand. Pull up and just get a good stretch here. And then your right foot is going to come in. Shift your weight to that right foot. And then we slowly stand up. So we're going to stretch out that right leg. Pulling up, come all the way back. And when you're done, release. And let's inhale, come all the way up. And let's open up the feet to about hip distance apart. Pull up. Exhale off to your right into windshield wipers. Not needed today. Beautiful day out. Inhale up. Off to the other side. And inhale up. So up at the front of your mat, inhale up. Swan dive out. Exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. Let's hop or walk back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up into up dog. Flip the toes, back into down dog. And from down dog, let's raise the right leg up. Bring the right foot forward, place it in between your hands. So again, reminder, you want to have your blanket right up at the front of your mat. You're going to want that just as a little safety cushion. And left foot is going to plant flat in the ground. Bring it up. Into warrior one, Virabhadrasana Eka. And inhale up. Swan dive the arms all the way down. Once you're there, drop the hips. So maybe that left foot is going to slide back a little more. Bring your right hand to the left side of your foot, and we're going to walk our hands back to our left foot. Bend the left knee, stretch out the right foot. Option here for more challenge, bring the left hand to the left side of your left foot, and raise the right foot off the ground. Down, lift up the hips. Walk the hands to the center. Let's just take a pause here, get a good stretch. Hands back in the mat. Walk your hands off to your right foot. Stretch out left leg. Now from here, we're going to go into Ardha Bakasana, side crane. If you have not done it before, bring that left foot in. So you have your left feet together, both feet together, both knees are together, and then twist from the top of your body so that your hands and your head are pointed off towards the front of your mat. With your left elbow, press really hard into the outside of your right knee. Right elbow finds the right hip bone. And we're just going to come down. You'll be wanting to look off to the left side. So no face plants here. Let's release. And bring it back to the front. Into a squat. Stretch out the legs. And inhale up to a flat back. Exhale down. Let's come up for a walk, back into plank. Lower down to chaturanga, up dog. Flip the toes. Back into down dog. Let's drop down to the knees, push back into child's pose. Take a break here.
Die a little bit.
Tuck the toes, back up into down dog. Raise the left leg up. Left foot comes forward in between your hands. Drop the right foot, bring it up. And warrior one. Inhale up, swan dive out. Exhale down. Drop the hips. Bring the hand to the other side of the foot. We're going to walk our hands back to our opposite foot. Bend the knees. And for more challenge here, hand goes on the outside of that foot. See if you can raise the other leg. Working the psoas, working the core, the arms. Bring the foot down. Walk back to center. And again, you can take a pause here. Bring the hands down to your ankles, maybe on the outside of your ankles, maybe down to your forearms. Come back up. Walk your hands off to your other foot. Bend that knee. Stretch out that leg. So again, if you haven't done side crane before, bring that foot in so your feet are together, your knees are together. Twist off towards the front. Right elbow into the outside of your left knee. Left elbow is going to find your left hip bone. So turn the hand if you need to. Get it a little closer and you come down like this. Options. Other options? If you left that foot out there, this turns it into a variation of side crane called Koundinyasana 1. Same thing, really. So left elbow finds the left hip bone, head comes down, legs go out, and come back. Let's bring the hips down to the mat. How do we do? Bring the legs out in front. Noise out here today between airplanes and stress. Let's inhale, come all the way up. Exhale forward. And from here, we're going to bring the feet in so the knees are up. And we're going to tilt back and bring it up into boat. So you want to be lengthwise on your mat. And let's exhale down into long boat. Inhale back up into boat. Down into long boat. And release all the way down. And let's start to bring the legs up. Legs are coming up, all the way up. And then hold it here or lift up into shoulder stand. So legs are reaching straight up. Options here for more challenge. Maybe pull up a little further onto the shoulder blades. Release the hands. More challenge. Arms come up. So you're absolutely on your shoulder blades. And let's release back into plow all the way over. Roll the back down. Back is coming onto the mat. You can tell my cat's sleeping here. Cat hair all over me. And let's lower the legs, coming lower and lower and lower and lower. Let's release the arms out to both sides. Bring your left leg all the way up. Bring it all the way up to your right. Bring it back up. Exhale down. Right arm all the way up and bring it all the way off to the other side. And all the way up. Let's bring it down and let's slide both feet in. Bring your arms back along your sides. Start to articulate the spine. Bring the back off the ground. So again, you're on your shoulder blades. Maybe roll the shoulders underneath, clasp the hands, pull up a little higher. And maybe walk the feet in a little bit closer. See if you can reach your heels or your ankles. Push the hips up higher still. So we're starting to arch the back a little more. And from here, if you want, you can bring it all the way into back bend. So to get there, arms come up towards the sky. Bring them right down by your ears. Get your ponytail out of the way. And then we're going to stretch up. Straighten out the arms, the legs. Up. Lower down, up the head, and down onto the back or shoulders. Bring the back down to the mat, and bring your knees into your chest. And I think my video stopped. Let's see here.